Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Behind the Groove podcast. I am DJ Keo.
And I am Basil Barrington. And today we are back. We are not reviewing this. This is just our opinion, a recap. We are talking about chapter 4, the book of Boba Fett, the Gathering Storm.
This is Festivus. We're airing our grievances right now, right? These are Boba Fett grievances.
Yo, I don't know what to say. You know, we were talking offline, and we did say that chapter 4, episode 4, whatever they want to call it, was better than the previous three chapters. However,
yeah, the bar is low.
The bar is super low. We're not rating this. We're not, doing anything. We're just going to talk about how we feel about it, and in the process, do some flaming.
Disney, get your act together, man. This is embarrassing. Let's do the basic rundown from the show. So it starts with your recap of whatever had happened before, and it shows how
like, do we even remember?
Yeah. So Boba Fett, he stumbles upon Fennec after she got shot from the Mandalorian season 2. I think the middle or beginning of season 2 or something like that, or season 1. I can't remember which one it was. She got shot. She was supposed to capture him. She got shot, and he left her out there in the sand. And so he decides to mount her up on his beast and walk her all the way over to. Now this is the thing. That thing is slow. It's not like you're so fast speeder or whatever. It is slow as hell. If she was dying and you put her on the back of this thing and you walked all the way to, she's beyond dead. It's pointless.
But according to him, she was already dead, right? Shot in the stomach.
Yeah, it was confusing to say the least. But he gets her over to this thing, and he gets the space doctor, who I cannot listen. Right, when this happened, I stopped the show and I was like, I'll be back. I have stuff to do. I gotta run some errands. I couldn't believe what I was watching. Right, with the music, everything. I guess
they were playing EDM music, dude.
It was dance music. Like,
yeah, just like, are you serious?
It was like Matrix Reject songs that they put on there for him to do operations. It was dumb. Just dumb. So he puts her back together, and now she's fully robot or whatever.
She's a hybrid.
All right, whatever, man. It is what it is. And
at least she doesn't have a big will. Come on. Come on, right?
And so she decides that I'm going to hang out with you, figure out what you're doing. And he says, I got to get my spaceship, which, incidentally, I might add, is called the Slave One. I don't know what this fire thingamajig is called. His spaceship in all the Star Wars movies, in the books, in the toys, everything calls it Slave One. They changed the name because they want to offend anybody. So, all right, whatever. They go over there
they're being PC about the names of spaceships.
Yes. Look, are you kidding me? Like, Empire Strikes Back, his ship was called the Slave One. That's all I know, right? Going from there. Anyways. So he says, I need to go get my ship back. It is in it's in Jabba the Hutt's palace.
Yeah, palace. Mm-hmm.
It's palace. Mm-hmm. And when I was watching that, I was like, why does this guy need like a detailed readout of the place? He been there a bunch of times. Like, he knows where everything is.
He worked. I mean, he was the Hutt's hired him.
Hut.
Yeah.
Yeah, he hired him multiple times.
Come on. What's going on here?
He should be familiar with that place. But anyways, so
goodness.
He decides to go rescue his ship, and she says, you know what? I'll work with you to get the ship out. And it was a pretty good rescue. It was thrilling. Is the good special effects and everything like that. It was a good rescue. I have no complaints about that, except the stupid robots. The robots in the kitchen with the mouse catcher robot with the big ears. Like, come on. Like,
and
stop.
then one chopping up things, and then with like 6 knives
18
and
arms.
Really,
stop it. Stop.
Come on.
I get it. That's not above George Lucas. He would totally do something like that. But like, come on. That was
right. But like, really quickly in that scene, did you see how the robot who had all the like knives, the 6 knives, did you see how jittery he was moving? I think that has to do with just like how they're producing this, because in the last episode, the big wheels,
Mhm.
they were also jittery as well.
Yeah, I don't think they can listen, right? The special effects team that's doing this, they're like, one pass, you're done, go,
They're
go, just
like, we're
get it out
done.
here, let's go, we're done here.
No
It's
version
like, his
ones,
arms over
twos.
here. It looks weird.
He
That's
was like,
fine. Don't worry about it. No one's gonna care.
I was like, dude, I mean, what is going on here, man? This is like, I
They're like,
don't
nobody
know.
cares.
I don't know. I want to enjoy this, but I can't.
I would like to.
Just based on things we've been watching, Loki, Foundation.
Yeah, we've been watching some good shows, and then you
Yeah,
gotta
you
go.
know,
This is
Into
a
the Night
stinker.
was even good.
Yes, this is a stinker.
Mhm.
Like, have you? Okay, I don't know if you're following the whole behind the scenes stuff like this, but like the main actor that plays Boba Fett, he said in the interview, Boba Fett talks too much.
Mhm.
He's supposed to be mysterious, and
Yeah.
he should push some lines off to the Fennec character. Like he shouldn't be saying all these things, like
Mhm.
because he knows the character. He's been playing it for like 20 years already,
Yeah.
and he's like, I don't know. He seems like he's talking too much, and he called the director and everybody, and they're like, no, read it exactly like we said it. So there seems to be no cohesive plan of what they're doing. It just they're just bumbling along to get this. They need content. Put it like that. Disney has a lull for content. They're like, we need content. Star Wars, go, you're up. Anyways.
I'll
So
tell you
they
what I
cast
have
this.
been watching in terms of the Star Wars.
Mhm.
Excuse me, just something they've put out. They put out the Bad Batch, which is an
Mhm.
animated series,
How's
and
that? I haven't watched it yet. How is it?
that's pretty good. If you actually watch
Mhm.
Star Wars: The Clone Wars, the animated series, season 7
Mhm.
was all about the Bad Batch, and so
Yeah.
that's pretty interesting. But again, it's animation, so you can do what your
Yeah,
heart
they can do
wants
whatever they
to.
want.
You know, it's just like,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah,
if
yeah.
you want to do explosions, if you want to do, people, just being invisible, you can do that. It's real easy.
Yeah,
Um,
knock yourself out. You can do whatever
right.
you want. Just
Boba Fett should have been an animated series. I'm
well, I don't
calling it.
think you should have made Boba Fett at all, but like we'll get past that.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
basically, they get the ship out, and he decides to go fly the ship back to the Starlight Pit
Mhm.
to go get his armor. And I okay, why is Boba Fett so stupid? He seems like he's not smart anymore. Like the Boba Fett I know would have been like, why would I fly my ship here? Let me just blow this thing up and go down there and get my armor in the first
How
place.
about do that first?
Yes.
Yeah.
This guy, let me fly my ship into the mouth of this starlight pit that destroys everything in its path.
Mhm.
Oh no, it got me. Who could have foreseen this? Like,
Not to mention his uniform was stolen, like in the first
yeah, I know.
episode. Remember?
They stole it in the beginning, but
Yeah. I don't know,
all right.
man. I don't know about this.
This guy flew his ship into
Mhm.
the mouth of a sarlacc. He knows what they are because he was trapped in one. Why would you do that? Why would you get so close and be like, I can't see anything? Let me get closer. You put like a light down there or shoot some missile down there or something. Do
Now,
something.
didn't she have a Fennec when they were
Mhm.
just checking out the Hutt's palace? Didn't she send a drone in there just to, check everything out first? Why not just send a drone like in this monster's mouth and just like, hey,
But
come
she
on.
got it back. She
And
didn't.
she got it
She
back,
got the
yeah.
drone back.
I don't like,
This went like this right into her hand. It's like boop, and she did the hologram thing. So
yeah.
she got it back. Logically, that would have been like, you know what? Drop the drone down there. Let's see what happens.
I
He's like,
don't,
no. Let me fly my ship down into the mouth and see what happens. Like,
dude. I don't
I did.
understand this show because like when I was watching it today, I was like, was this
Mhm.
made for like, is this
It feels
like
like it's
a
made for kids.
yeah, exactly. It feels like it's made for kids because it's just like it's rah stuff that kids would be into, right?
Yeah, and I was watching this video. I can't remember the content creator. Well, if I figure it out, I'm gonna put it in the description. But
Mhm.
he was saying that Star Wars was a serious movie, kind of made for teens and adults, whatever,
Mhm.
and kids enjoyed it. And then the companies got involved. They're like, let's make a thing for kids.
Yeah.
And then the kids are like, oh, we don't like this. And the adults
Yeah.
are like, we don't like this either.
Mhm.
because like it's kind of serious. That movie was kind of serious. They were chopping people's arms off. Like
Yeah.
it was kind of bloody.
A lot of
It
political
wasn't like
implications too.
yeah.
Hmm.
It was Star Wars in general was a complicated series of movies
That's true.
about life, and they're talking about samurais and like honor, and like, it's not for 5-year-olds, but these shows and the current Star Wars is for 5-year-olds,
Yeah.
and nobody likes it. Anyway, so they drop a bomb in there. He's like, "Oh no, my armor's not here. I did this for nothing." So we follow up a present day Boba Fett, and he's like, "You know what's a good idea? And we got together with all the crime lords, and we figured out a plan." Why didn't you do this from the beginning? I'm sorry for people listening. I don't want to yell, but
and the other thing is this, right? He links up with the other crime bosses, right?
yes.
And then after they're all, like, okay, I'm on board, he's just like, we still need a crew. And then, what we said last week is like, you're going to let the assassin Wookiee just roll out, man? This guy is like tough.
Yeah, like you should have had a job for him back then, so you rip people's arms off.
Let me ask you this question. Fennec is a master assassin. Do you actually see that in this like series?
No. In The Mandalorian, I got the impression that she's formidable and she could probably do some damage.
Mm-hmm.
In the Boba Fett series, the Book of Boba Fett, I do not.
No.
I do not see that at all. These guys make the most boneheaded decisions when they get into fights. Like on the very first episode, everyone's been talking about this on the internet. He has a jetpack. And what he decides to do is launch a rocket at people holding shields. That is a terrible idea. Use your jetpack.
Yeah.
Go up, come back down, and start blasting pofos. Like that, I don't understand. Why would you use your? Okay,
I don't.
Every time.
I don't know about this show, man. You can listen. You can stop the overview, okay? Let's just talk about.
Okay, we're in the rant mode right now.
Let's get into the rants right now, man, because this show is absolutely ridiculous. I don't know. Just looking at some old Star Trek, Star Wars, different series, different franchises, even animated, and seeing like Boba Fett and also the Mandalorian, just like what they stand for. This series, the Book of Boba Fett, man, does the Mandalorian no justice. It's kind of sad.
It's a disservice to
the
character.
Exactly. Because again, today was we watched 4 episodes, and today was the day I said to myself, like after watching, during watching chapter 4, I was like, this actually feels like a kid's show.
Yes.
Because it's, I can understand like they're building storylines and, just different things to come back to like in the next episode or chapter. I don't know about that, but it's not enough. And then you can tell they brought in like the millennial characters, on the big wheels and everything to try to just
it's dumb.
Put it out there like, hey, this is for you guys to, ladies and gens. This is for, the Gen Zers or whatever it is, right? And it's just like this, I don't know, man. I think right now, today, like chapter 4, like going into 4 chapters, 4 episodes, I'm totally disappointed.
Oh yeah, this is a stinker of a show of a stinker. And one of my biggest issues with the show, he's not competent. This guy was one of the most feared bounty hunters in the galaxy.
Yeah.
You don't have to announce your name. Hey, I'm Boba Fett. Hey, hello, Mr. Doctor. I'm Boba Fett.
And he always says, do you know who I am? It's just like, and you know what? Every time he, approaches a different crew or group of people, they're like, what do you want, old man?
Yeah, because he looks old.
What do you want, old man?
He looks like he got off of a nursing home and is like, yo, let me get some armor back on.
He should keep that helmet on, right? The helmet,
yes.
he would be a lot more feared if he kept the helmet
Yes.
on,
Him taking the helmet off every 5 minutes is not, because we've gone from him never taking the helmet off to him taking it off every 5 minutes because he's tired. Like,
Yeah.
dude, like I like the actor, and I want to be like a disrespectful to him because he's a good actor and I love the character itself, but the way they're presenting the character, he's bumbling and incompetent, and that's not one of the
So,
most feared
mm,
bounty hunters in the galaxy. That Jabba the Hutt was like, "Yo, I entrust you to go do." Darth Vader was like, "Dude, I need you. I don't need anybody else. I need you to deliver this thing for me."
yeah.
Darth Vader. So
And the
like
other,
you don't
mhm,
fall into these things or
yeah.
accidentally step on a banana peel and get your bounty. You were like, this guy, Darth Vader looked at you dead in the face and said, "Do not disintegrate these people. I need you to bring them back alive." And he did.
Mhm,
So he's competent. What happened?
yeah. The other thing is this too, right?
Mm,
He's a crime lord. How often is it that the crime lord, the godfather,
mm.
the person in charge of like criminal organization, right? How many
Mm.
times has that head went out to do battle?
Never.
Never.
It's not a thing.
Never.
Once you sit on the throne, that's the last day you ever leave outside. That's it.
Exactly. You're
You don't go
eating,
anywhere.
you have a nice spread, drinking
Yes.
cognac,
They come to you, people come to you, kiss the ring, you tell them what to do. You sit
Exactly.
back in your chair, smoking a cigar, living your best life. You don't go outside. And his logic in the show, he said it multiple times, well, I need to walk the street so they know I'm here. No, you don't.
No.
That's
You
not how
send
that
your
works.
you send your
You send
crew
your
out and they
goons
know,
out there.
yeah. If you have the assassin Wookiee, now you can send that
Yes.
Wookiee out and just put complete fear
Yo,
into people.
this guy growls, "I'm working for Boba Fett now." And you're like, "Oh, snap. Boba Fett's got a crew again. We
Mhm.
better start paying him." That's it. End of show. Show's over. But
Last week I
this
told
guy's just
you
gonna walk around. It's
last week
dumb.
I told you the most interesting characters on this show are the Gamorreans, and I don't even understand what they're saying.
Mhm.
This episode is the assassin Wookiee, and I don't understand what he's saying.
I rock with this Karathian, whatever his name is. Like, I
Yeah,
rock with him,
I
yo, with
like
the
his
brass
armor, the
knuckles.
whole nine. I'm
Yo,
messing, yeah. Mhm.
I
I'm
rock. They should have made a show about his guy. It's more interesting than Boba Fett.
like have like a just a battalion of like assassin Wookiees, just like chewing
Yes,
this
I'm down
chewing the
for
whole
this.
galaxy up. That'd be kind of
What?
dope.
I'm down for this. Absolutely.
It
I
should be
yeah,
it
you're
should
right.
be animated though. I keep saying
Everything's
that.
got to be animated.
It's got to be.
Honestly,
Listen, it's
that
this.
Wookiee guy, he's a
Mhm.
problem. I rock
He's a
with him.
problem, dude. He's a problem.
Absolutely. This is the thing though. He's what Boba Fett's supposed to be. When you saw him in the room, you're like, oh damn, what's that guy gonna do? And
Yeah,
even in that scene when he was holding up the dudes that were gambling at the table,
yeah. Hmm.
there's tension because you're like, oh, what's he gonna do? Is he gonna rip his arm off? Is he gonna throw him on the ground? Like, what's he gonna do? When Boba Fett shows up, I'm like, I am Boba Fett. Don't you know who I am? I'm Boba Fett.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna do anything to you though. Okay. All right.
I
As
don't
long
know
as it's
about this
well
show,
lit,
man.
it's not going to get better. It can't. I don't know how you can fix it because he's shown himself to be incompetent for 4 shows. And how do you now make him competent? Because I'll be like, well, why didn't you do that from the beginning? Like
Yeah,
that's the entire time when he had that meeting with the crime bosses, I was like, why didn't you do that?
yeah.
Shouldn't you have met with them first before you started collecting money? Like, you don't even know your own territory. You don't even know what the palace looks like. I don't understand. Like,
Oh my
it doesn't make
goodness.
sense to me. He seems. I don't like incompetent Boba Fett. I would like
Yeah.
a competent Boba Fett, like a guy who
Mhm.
knows what he's doing. He's efficient. He's not getting slapped around every show. Like
He's an assassin. He's for real,
yeah, he's taking out people with one shot. Like that's what I want to see. That's what I was
Exactly.
expecting.
Yeah. So I asked you this last week. I'm going to ask you this again this week.
Mm,
Do you think this show can get better?
I do not, and
I
and
agree.
the reason being is that they've set the tone to be wonky and silly, like this goofy kids afternoon cartoon type
Yeah.
vibe.
Mhm.
And everybody, like, he's an assassin and a bounty hunter. Like, you're supposed to get your hands dirty and do stuff. Now they tried to make his argument for why he decided to be a crime boss, and I don't buy it. That's a terrible reason to be a crime boss.
Yeah, I
Because
don't.
clearly you
Yeah,
don't know anything about being a crime boss.
right.
Like it's not like he always like it's like he was walking down the street and he's looking at this guy, he's making ice cream. He's like, I could do that. No, you can't. You don't know how.
Yeah,
The first thing you should have done was gather a crew together, but you didn't do that. You took over Bob, what's his name? Bobby Fun
Bib Fortuna.
Bib Fortuna. You took
Fortuna.
over his thing.
But they don't even show they showed an image of him going in and killing this person, but they don't really explain why he did that.
Yeah, but like he took over his thing knowing that Bib Fortuna had a whole army down there protecting his palace.
Mm-hmm.
He shows up there with just him and Finnick and he takes him out. Okay, fine. What happens to the guys working there? Wouldn't you be like, you work for me now? Because that's what everybody else does.
This show is a mess.
It is too much trouble to go through and create a whole new army of bad guys. What everybody does is they shoot the boss and say, you work for me now. So go tell everybody in the streets, you want a job, come see me. And that should get your army. That's what you do. Everybody does that. It's simpler. It's easier. You know everybody's built for the job because they did the job already.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand. I think that it was probably a budget reason and maybe a COVID reason. Like they couldn't have a whole bunch of henchmen in there. But like you could just digitize them or throw some robots. Give me some robots, henchmen.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I mean,
I'll settle for that.
When they showed the girl on the big wheel going over the ramp, that was animated.
Mm-hmm.
That was an animated person on a big wheel. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't see the things though. I don't even need you to have all the animation. Just open up a room and have 100 robots back there and be like, this is how we're gonna run this thing.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, you know what? Okay, cool. He's got an army. He's fine. He don't need any help. This guy's begging everybody for help, and he's got to introduce himself every time. Like, no, I don't know this guy.
I don't. Okay, listen, we're gonna wrap this up. We're gonna continue watching it. I don't know why, but we're gonna continue watching it.
This is our penance for all the good shows we watch.
So. Right, exactly. And
got to pay our dues.
Right. Well, there you have it. Another episode of the Behind the Groove podcast. I am Basil Barrington.
I am DJ Keo.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And until next time, peace.
All right.